so excited for this video. We're going to chat about how to set goals the right way moving into 2024 so you can feel like the best possible version of yourself. My name's Jules. I'm an online fitness and nutrition coach for women, but over on YouTube, you're going to be hearing a lot about my spicy fantasy books, health and wellness, and just a little bit more insight into my life as a female entrepreneur. I'm sure a lot of you have probably made New Year's resolutions in the past, and maybe some of those resolutions you have stuck with more long term, or maybe there are certain resolutions that you did kind of fall off real quick with. I'm basically going to teach you my core framework that allows me to set goals that are actually attainable. First off, I just want to talk about why should you even bother goal setting. I don't think it's something that you should just do once and then never look at again. I think if anything, you should be looking at your goals on a daily basis, and that's why I think building a vision board, having somewhere that you can see your goals on a daily basis is extremely important. Goal setting in general just allows you to really create a compelling vision for yourself. It gives you something to actually work towards that fires you up and that you're most likely passionate about. It really helps you take consistent action, and it also gives you that much more satisfaction when you are making progress working towards a goal. It's also really important to just enjoy the process and the pursuit of that goal, because that's where you're actually going to be spending the majority of your time. So my 5-step process is pretty simple. We have our step 1, which is the reflection. This is where we are looking back on the previous year. Then from here, we kind of look at different life categories. Helps my Virgo brain just kind of compartmentalize different key pillars in my life. Here we look at our high-level goals. Not only is it important to set these high-level goals, but we're also going to be breaking them down into monthly and daily actionable habits. And then lastly is just creating the vision. This is where you can create a vision board. So step 1 is our reflection.
So my reflection questions I actually separated from my business and my personal, but today we're just going to focus on the personal aspect. And these were kind of the 12 core reflection questions that I personally went through. Another thing that's really nice to do during the first step is to do a physical declutter and a tech declutter. So personally, I cleaned out my closet a little bit. I went through my Google Drives. I deleted 3,000 videos and photos on my phone, and it just feels really good to do that before the start of a new year.
Okay, so step 2, we're going to move into categorization and the Wheel of Life activity.
It says step 1.5, but this is actually step 2, but this is our high-level life audit. And the nice thing about this is we're really kind of categorizing different aspects of our life into core buckets. But what I really like about this is there's such a nice visual, and essentially you're looking at every topic, every category that's on the wheel and rating it 1 through 10. And this is really just based on your perspective of how you feel with where you're currently at in this bucket of your life. So for example, you're rating each of these buckets 1 through 10. 1 would be that this bucket probably needs quite a bit of love, and 10 means that you're probably doing a really good job with this bucket. Something I do want to emphasize is that we're not striving for perfect equilibrium, balance when it comes to these buckets. I just really like this exercise because it can really give you perspective towards, am I neglecting a certain piece of my life? Is there something that is going really, really well that I need to give myself more credit for? And the nice thing is if you do this in Notion, you can kind of create your own little template like I have, and I actually went through and rated them all. And then in my third column there, I basically just asked myself the reflective prompt of what do I feel like I need to focus on to bring this bucket up to a 10. So for my spirituality bucket, that just looked like, tapping into my routines and stress management a little bit better, prioritizing more time for journaling, meditation, and visualization. This is another kind of breakdown reflection bucket practice, so to speak, but like mentioned, I broke this down into business and personal, so we're just going to focus on the personal aspect here. So I broke that down into financial, relationships, spiritual, self-development, health and fitness, and then you could also add in work and career. And then with this one, all we're basically doing is reflecting on what went well in 2023 within that core bucket and asking yourself, what are some weak spots, areas that you might need to focus on? The nice part about this is we've already gone through the wheel of life, and we've already gone through our reflection questions. So this is all just a very important prerequisite to the actual goal planning process, because likely whatever weak spots you have are probably areas and goals that you're going to want to set for the new year. So for myself personally, from the financial bucket, I actually made some investments and saved, I'm not going to share it on here, a certain amount of money, but a couple weak spots and areas that I could really focus on are really sticking to a budget and tracking where my money is going on a daily basis. And now we're ready for the high level goals. As you can see, I broke it down into 2024, the next 2 to 3 years, and the next 5 years. But if you want to just keep this like annual goal setting, you can just strictly focus on the next year of your life. The nice part about this stage of the framework is we're not only getting clarity on what the goal is that we have for ourselves, we're also establishing why we even give a shit, pardon my language, about this goal. I think this is extremely important, especially when it comes to anything health and fitness related. That's just the fitness coach in me. But not only that, we also want to establish how we can achieve this goal. If you're just willy-nilly writing a goal down on an annual basis, not reflecting on it, not looking at it, not asking yourself why you want this goal and how you're going to reach it, chances of you actually achieving this goal long term is slim to none. So this is what we're doing, okay? So 2024, I want to put like mentioned, a better budget into place and to track my finances daily. Why do I even want this for myself? I actually want to have better spending habits. I want to increase my savings and just have more financial security. And that's my why. And how can I actually make this goal happen? I can track my income and expenses on a daily basis, as well as solidify and stick to a budget I've set for myself and set a save target. Can you guys see how much more impactful it is when you actually go in depth on your goals? We're not just talking surface level. Again, we're getting clarity on why we want this goal and how we're actually going to achieve it. And now we're actually going to take it even a step further, and we're going to set a monthly breakdown of this goal and daily and weekly. So for January, for the first month of the year, what does that look like? I'm going to be setting up my tracking system, starting tracking my finances daily, and set a save goal for myself. And once you've completed all of your goals, guys, this is the really fun part. This is where we can actually put that vision into place. And there's tons of different templates, documents, things that you can utilize on Canva. I love Canva so much. This is where I get all my template. I normally wouldn't share this because I feel like it's kind of personal to me, but if you guys are here on YouTube, then you obviously matter to me and I love you. So this is my personal vision board for 2024. I had to think about that for a second, but my boyfriend actually challenged me. He was like, I want you to do a vision board with less visuals, less pictures, so that you're actually really intentional about the pictures that you are using. And I pulled everything off of Pinterest. It is the GOAT for sourcing out visuals for a vision board, but this is what mine looks like. I'm not going to explain things in too much detail because again, it's very personal to me. But yeah, it turned out so well. Like mentioned, I just changed the format so I could put it as a screensaver on my iPhone. I probably pick my phone up at least 50 times a day. So this is going to continue to reinforce my goals and what I want for myself. I also have a cute little quote that really resonates with me right now, and I like to do that as well.
Now, why even bother building out a vision board? Enhances your mental imagery, enforces your beliefs in actually achieving and obtaining these goals. The thing that I think is also extremely important is getting clarity on who that version of yourself is that is going to achieve these goals. There's a couple core questions that you want to ask. What does this version of yourself who has already achieved your goals do on a daily basis? What are her morning and nighttime routines? Does she go to the gym and take care of her body on a regular basis? How does she act and how does she show up for not only herself but for others? What habits does she not do? You know, maybe she doesn't stay up late scrolling on TikTok. So you really want to create more awareness towards what are the habits that are serving you and are going to allow you to step into this version of yourself, and what are some habits that maybe you need to leave behind in 2020. This also isn't necessary, but I like to set a general theme / intent of the year. Last year, my words were discomfort and wealth, and this year, my word is connection. Remember, these are goals that you want to be looking at on a daily basis, and you also want to be tweaking and adjusting them as you do achieve these goals. Remember that you have the ability to change your life at any moment, and I hope that you guys enjoyed this video with me. I'll see you guys in the next one.